You have been fighting the wrong battle. Every weekend you spend pulling weeds, spraying weeds, mulching over weeds, and watching them come back anyway. That is not a maintenance problem. That is a soil problem. Bare soil grows weeds. That is what bare soil does. It has been doing it since long before you owned this yard, and it will keep doing it for as long as you leave it uncovered. No amount of pulling, spraying, or mulching with a 3-inch layer that costs you $40 a bag every spring is going to change that fundamental biological fact. The only thing that permanently ends a weed problem is a plant that wants the same space more than the weed does. A plant that spreads faster, roots deeper, blocks the light that weed seeds need to germinate, and covers the soil so completely and so permanently that the weeds underneath simply run out of options. That plant exists. 7 of them are on this list. Every one of them is a ground cover perennial, meaning it comes back every year, expands its territory every season, and gets more effective at suppressing weeds the longer it stays in the ground. None of them need to be replaced. None of them need weekly attention. And every single one of them was specifically selected for a different weed problem zone. Because the shaded corner under your maple tree and the dry, sunny slope along your driveway are 2 completely different battles that need 2 completely different weapons. Stay with me because plant number 4 is the one that does something no other ground cover on this list does. It suppresses weeds and blooms continuously from May through October simultaneously. Your weed solution becomes the most beautiful section of your entire garden. And plant number 2 is the ground cover that solves the single most difficult weed problem in the American yard. The dry shade under a mature tree where nothing seems to want to grow except the weeds. If this is your first time on this channel, this is exactly what we do here every week. Specific plants, specific problems, specific solutions. Zone accurate, research-backed, and completely free. Subscribe right now. It takes 1 second, and it means this information finds you every week, instead of you going back outside to pull the same weeds again. Plant 7. Ajuga reptans. Bugleweed, the fastest ground cover on this list. The most aggressive spreader. The plant that looks at bare soil under trees, along fence lines, and in the shaded corners of your yard that weeds have claimed for years, and simply takes over. Ajuga spreads by sending out horizontal runners called stolons from the base of the parent plant. Each runner touches down, roots into the soil, and becomes a new plant. That new plant immediately begins sending out its own runners. In a single growing season, a single Ajuga plant purchased in spring can expand into a colony covering 3 to 4 square feet. Within 2 to 3 seasons, a modest starting planting covers an entire problematic area so completely that weed germination underneath becomes nearly impossible. The stolons interlock. The foliage creates a dense mat that blocks light from reaching the soil surface. And the shallow fibrous root system competes directly with weed roots for moisture and nutrients. The foliage is part of the design. Standard Ajuga produces deep bronze-green leaves that hold their color through fall and winter. The plant is semi-evergreen in zones 6 and warmer, meaning your covered ground stays covered and visually interesting even when the weeds are dormant. The chocolate chip variety produces smaller, more tightly spaced leaves in deep chocolate bronze that creates a denser mat and a more refined visual effect than the straight species. Black scallop produces near-black foliage with scalloped edges that reads as dramatic even at ground level. In late spring, all varieties produce upright spikes of vivid blue-purple flowers that pollinators cover from the moment they open. The weed suppression system becomes briefly spectacular every May. Cold hardy in USDA zones 3 through 9. Shade to partial shade, it tolerates more sun in cooler zones and needs shade protection in zones 7 and warmer. Consistently moist to average soil. Plant individual divisions 8 to 12 inches apart in spring and water through the first season. After the first year, Ajuga is drought tolerant enough to handle most American summers without supplemental irrigation. Divide every 3 to 4 years when the colony becomes congested to maintain vigor and prevent the center from dying out. One honest note. Ajuga can spread into lawns if planted at a lawn edge without a physical barrier. A simple plastic or metal edging strip between your Ajuga planting and your grass prevents this completely and requires no ongoing management. Plant 6. Lamium maculatum. Spotted dead nettle. Most American gardeners have stood in front of a shaded area of their yard. Too dark for most flowering plants, too dry under the canopy to keep impatiens alive, and simply given up. Mulch it, ignore it, hope the weeds slow down on their own. Lamium is the plant that ends that surrender. The name is unfortunate. Dead nettle sounds like something dying. The plant is the opposite. In the conditions that defeat most ornamental plants, dry shade under a dense canopy, the root competition zone under mature deciduous trees, the north-facing bed that never sees direct sun, Lamium not only survives but spreads enthusiastically. It was built for these conditions. Its silvery white leaf markings are an evolutionary adaptation to low light. The white reflects and maximizes whatever light reaches the forest floor. In a dark garden corner, Lamium's foliage glows as if lit from below, turning the most neglected area of your yard into something that reads as intentional design. The variety White Nancy produces almost entirely silver foliage, with just a thin green margin and white flowers in spring. Beacon Silver has silver leaves with green edges and pink flowers. Purple Dragon produces deep purple flowers above silver variegated foliage and is among the most vigorous spreaders available. All of them spread by horizontal stems that root at the nodes, similar to Ajuga but slightly slower, more controlled, and more tolerant of truly dry soil conditions, cold hardy in zones 3 through 8, dry to moist shade. It specifically performs better in dry shade than most ground covers. Average to poor soil. Plant 8 to 12 inches apart and water through establishment. After the first season, virtually no maintenance is required. Cut the entire planting back by 1/3 in midsummer if it becomes leggy. It pushes fresh, compact growth immediately, and the plant goes into fall looking clean and full. Plant 5. Epimedium. Barrenwort. This is the plant that solves what most American gardeners consider the hardest weed problem they face. Not just any shaded area. The dry shade under a mature tree, directly in the root competition zone, where the tree is pulling every available drop of moisture from the soil. Where hostas struggle. Where Lamium slows down. Where nothing wants to grow except the weeds that have adapted to exactly those conditions, because no gardener ever planted anything competitive enough to challenge them. Epimedium was specifically designed by evolution for this environment. It is native to woodland understories in Asia and the Mediterranean, where dry shade under tree canopies is the standard growing condition, not the exception. Its roots compete directly and effectively with tree roots for limited moisture and nutrients. Its foliage, heart-shaped and often bronze-tinted in spring before maturing to green, covers the ground in a dense enough mat to suppress weed germination even in the leanest soil conditions. And once established, once its root system has infiltrated the same territory as the tree, it is functionally unkillable by neglect. The establishment period is the only challenging part. Epimedium is slow in its first and second seasons. It is building root infrastructure, not above-ground coverage, and that investment is not immediately visible. By year 3, the pace changes dramatically, and by year 4, a well-sited Epimedium planting looks like it has been there for decades. Dense, clean, weed-free, and producing delicate orchid-like flowers in yellow, white, pink, or purple in early spring before the foliage fully emerges. Epimedium X rubrum is the most widely available variety. Red-tinted spring foliage, crimson flowers, zones 4 through 8. Epimedium X versicolor sulphureum produces pale yellow flowers and is among the most vigorous spreaders. Cold hardy in zones 4 through 9 depending on species. Deep to partial shade. Poor to average soil. Do not amend heavily. Epimedium performs better in lean conditions than in rich, fertilized soil, similar to the forest floor conditions it evolved in. If you are subscribed to this channel, you already know that the information on this list is the kind of thing you do not find in the annual section of a garden center. If you are not subscribed yet, the fact that nobody has ever pointed you toward Epimedium for your dry shade tree problem is exactly the gap this channel exists to fill. Subscribe right now. Every week, free, specific, and immediately actionable. Plant 4. Geranium Rozanne. Hardy geranium. Every other plant on this list suppresses weeds as its primary function. Rozanne does that, and then produces one of the longest continuous bloom windows of any perennial available to American gardeners simultaneously. From late May through the first hard frost, in some years nearly 6 consecutive months, Rozanne covers itself in violet-blue flowers with white centers above deeply lobed, mounding foliage that spreads outward to 2 to 3 feet in every direction by its second season. The weed suppression is structural. Rozanne's foliage creates a dense, mounding canopy that blocks light from reaching the soil below. Weed seeds that land in a Rozanne planting find no viable germination environment beneath the leaf cover. The plant is not chemically allelopathic. It does not poison competitors the way some plants do. It simply outcompetes by coverage, by root density, and by sheer persistence. It blooms continuously without deadheading. It does not go dormant in summer. It does not need dividing to maintain performance. It was named the International Perennial Plant of the Millennium in 2013. The Royal Horticultural Society gave it their award of Garden Merit. The Chicago Botanic Garden evaluated it across multiple trial seasons and confirmed its exceptional performance in the Midwest's variable climate conditions. Cold hardy in zones 4 through 8. Full sun to partial shade. It actually performs excellently in both, making it one of the most versatile placements of any ground cover on this list. Average to moist, well-drained soil. Plant 18 to 24 inches apart for coverage within 2 seasons. Cut the entire plant back by half in midsummer if bloom density fades. It pushes a fresh wave of growth and flowers within 2 to 3 weeks that carries through fall. One cut, twice maximum per season. Everything else takes care of itself. Plant 3, Liriope muscari. Lily turf for large areas, extended bed edges, long slopes, the space between your driveway and the property line that has been a weed runway for years. Liriope is the workhorse ground cover that no other plant on this list can match for pure coverage efficiency. It forms dense clumping tufts of dark evergreen grass-like foliage that expands slowly and reliably over time, creating a tight enough coverage that weed establishment underneath becomes progressively more difficult with each passing season. The specific advantage of Liriope over a spreading ground cover like Ajuga or Lamium is persistence under stress. Liriope handles full summer drought without irrigation. It handles the salt spray along coastal properties and road edges. It handles the root competition of established trees. It handles the heavy clay soils that collapse drainage for most ornamental plants. It is documented to grow in every zone from 5 through 10, covering the full range from Chicago winters to Houston summers with the same reliable performance. Big Blue is the most widely planted variety. Upright dark foliage to 15 inches with lavender blue flower spikes in late summer that produce black berries into fall and winter, providing bird food. Silvery Sunproof produces white striped foliage that adds light to shaded areas where plain green Liriope might disappear. Cleopatra is a compact 12-inch variety suited for smaller bed edges and border fronts. Plant 18 inches apart in either spring or fall. Water through establishment and then essentially forget it exists. Liriope does not spread aggressively. It expands by slow clump expansion without the stolen running that Ajuga and Lamium use. That means it is better behaved along lawn edges and will not require the edging barrier that fast spreaders do. Shear the entire planting to 4 inches in late winter using a lawnmower set to its highest setting before new growth emerges in spring. That single annual task is the entire care plan. Plant 2, Creeping Thyme. Thymus serpillum, the dry sunny slope, the gravel path edge, the strip between the sidewalk and the street where the soil is terrible and the sun is relentless, and every attempt at growing anything results in either death or an immediate weed takeover. This is Creeping Thyme's territory, and no other plant on this list claims it as confidently. Thymus serpillum spreads by horizontal stems that root at the nodes, creating a tight aromatic mat that reaches 2 to 4 inches tall and spreads 12 to 18 inches wide per plant over 2 to 3 seasons. The foliage is fragrant when stepped on, a clean herbal thyme scent that releases any time the plant is disturbed. It tolerates light foot traffic better than any ornamental ground cover available, meaning it works between stepping stones, along path edges, and in other trafficked areas where most ground covers would be damaged within a season. The bloom period in late spring and early summer produces a flush of tiny pink to purple flowers that covers the mat so completely the foliage disappears underneath. One of the most unexpectedly beautiful moments in the ground cover calendar. Pollinators cover it during this period. Red creeping thyme produces deep magenta pink flowers. Pink chintz produces soft pink flowers and has particularly dense, drought-tolerant foliage. Elfin is the most compact variety for stepping stone gaps and very tight spaces, cold hardy in zones 4 through 9. Full sun essential, it does not perform in shade and will thin out and die in shaded conditions. Poor to average, well-draining soil. Lean, dry soil actually produces more compact, more fragrant, more floriferous plants than rich amended soil. Do not fertilize, do not overwater. The plant thrives precisely where most gardeners have given up trying to grow anything. Plant 1, Sedum spurium dragon's blood. Every ground cover on this list has a specific weed problem it was chosen to solve. Dragon's Blood Sedum is here for the problem that defeats all the others: the full sun, poor soil, dry, exposed area where nothing wants to grow. And weeds have claimed permanent territory because the conditions are simply too harsh for the alternatives. Sedum spurium is a low-growing mat-forming succulent that spreads to 18 inches wide per plant over 2 to 3 seasons, rooting wherever its stems contact the soil. The Dragon's Blood variety produces green foliage that deepens to vivid bronze red as temperatures cool in fall. The color intensification making it one of the most visually striking ground covers available for fall garden interest. In summer, deep rose-red star-shaped flowers cover the mat in June and July, providing pollinator value in a location where most plants would simply be trying to survive. The succulent advantage in weed suppression contexts is significant. Dragon's Blood stores water in its own leaf tissue, meaning it handles extended drought without irrigation, without visible stress, and without the thinning that causes other ground covers to develop gaps where weeds can re-establish. In the full sun-dry areas where gaps are the enemy, Dragon's Blood does not produce gaps. The mat stays intact, dense, and competitive regardless of what the summer weather delivers. Cold hardy in zones 3 through 8, full sun to very light shade, poor, sandy, rocky, or thin soil. It does not need and does not want rich amended conditions. Established plants require no supplemental watering in most American growing zones, no fertilizing. No cutting back unless you want to prevent any overflow beyond a defined area. Plant 12 to 15 inches apart and allow 2 full seasons for complete coverage. After year 2, the mat is dense enough to prevent virtually all weed establishment in its territory and will hold that territory for decades without any help from you. Here is what every plant on this list has in common. They are not decoration. They are infrastructure. Once they are in the ground and established, they are performing the same function as mulch, herbicide, and weekly weeding, but permanently, beautifully, and for free. The weed problem in your yard is not a maintenance problem you need to manage forever. It is a coverage problem you solve once and then stop thinking about 7 plants. 7 specific problem zones. Plant them in the right spots and the weed battle ends. Not because you fought harder, but because you finally put something in the ground that fights for you. Stew spores to this channel if this is information you have never heard framed this way before. Every week there is more of it. Specific plants, specific problems, specific zones, completely free. Subscribe now. Your weekend is worth more than another hour on your knees in the dirt.